When you hear the phrase unstoppable scorer, what players occupy your cranium? Some of the most famous scorers of all time include Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and LeBron James respectfully. And one thing all three of those guys have in common is that they've averaged 30 points per game or more in one season. And of all the players to ever average 30 in a single season, there is one that goes unnoticed the most. A scorer so elite he would give Hall of Famer George Gervin a run for his money. I introduce to you the only player to average 30 in a single season and not make the Hall of Fame. World be free, the Prince of Mid-Air. What's good, family? It's your favorite cousin, Commissioner CJ, and welcome to the Basketball Lore Archive, the channel that appreciates the history of the game. And today I have for you one of the most overlooked scorers in all of NBA history. World Be Free was a 6'3", 190-pound combo guard, drafted with the 23rd overall pick in the 1975 NBA draft. He had a wide range of abilities that not only got himself open but created opportunities for the team to score at an elite level. These include a 44-inch vertical, a quick first step combo with a good change of direction and a good change of pace to keep defenders off guard and off balance. Add all that together with a slit ball handle and a muscular physique, he was elite at attacking the basket. However, if teams played off of him, he was more than happy to explode off the ground for a high arcing rainbow jumper from the mid-range. These elite scoring abilities often led to defenses overplaying and fouling, or overcommitting and leaving a simple pass open for a teammate. World Be Free would use these tools to carve out an iconic 13-year-long career, building himself quite a resume in that time. These include an All-NBA selection in 1979, followed by an All-Star appearance in 1980, a two-time scoring champ runner-up. He would lead the league in free throws made 3 times and average 22 points or more for 8 straight seasons, with the cherry on top being inducted into the Cleveland Cavaliers Wall of Honor. He achieved these accolades with career averages of 20 points, 2.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 1 steal, 2.5 turnovers, and 7 free throw attempts, with shooting splits of 45% from the field, 33% from the three-point line, and 75% from the free throw line, which would give him a true shooting percentage of 52%. Now that you got an idea of who this forgotten scoring phenom was, let's take a deeper dive into his career. What did he look like when he first stepped into the league? Was his prime really as unstoppable as I'm making it out to be? And what was his best singular season as a professional basketball player? But before we get into all that, if you made it this far into the video, then you must obviously like it. So if you haven't already, please make sure to like the video, and while you're down there, you can also subscribe if you want. World Be Free's career would start off a little slow, as he was a 23rd overall pick on a team that had championship aspirations and a prime Dr. J on it. So it's no surprise that looking at his rookie stats, it doesn't really jump off the page, as he only averaged 8 points, 1.5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, half a steal, and only 2.6 free throw attempts. He would do that with shooting 44% from the field and an abysmal 60% from the charity stripe, giving him a true shooting percentage of only 48%. However, World Be Free would not accept this, and over the next 2 seasons he would improve drastically, nearly doubling his points per game output and raising his efficiency up to at least a respectable level. Then during the 1978 offseason, the 76ers decided to go into a different direction. They would then trade World Be Free to the San Diego Clippers for a first-round pick that would later turn into Charles Barkley. Now, with all of us knowing the future and looking back on it, we can see that that was obviously a great trade for the Sixers to make. However, back in 1978, I don't think the average 76ers fan would be so happy about it, especially considering that that would be the year that World Be Free would enter his prime. And during that first year with San Diego, he would average 29 points, 4 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 1.5 steals, 4 turnovers, but taking 11 easy shots at the charity stripe. He would do that on shooting splits of 48% from the field and 75% from the free throw line, giving him a true shooting percentage of 55%. This would be the year that he would make the All-NBA second team team, but he also finished 6th in MVP voting. Now, I'm no time traveler or anything, but I have to assume that the 76ers fans back in the day was absolutely disgusted that they made that trade, because the rest of his prime would be more of the same, as he would average 25 points, 3 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 1 steal, 2.5 turnovers, but getting to the line around 8 to 9 times a game. Those numbers combined with shooting splits of 45% from the field, 34% from downtown, and 76% from the charity stripe would give him a true shooting percentage of 53%. Now, I don't know what those numbers mean to you, but if you're asking me, he sounds like one of the most unstoppable scorers of his time period. But what was his best season? When did he put these numbers and elite scoring ability to translate to wins on the basketball court? And while you can make the argument that it was one of those 2 seasons in San Diego where he was going blow for blow with George Gervin in scoring ability, I believe his best season has to be 1984 to 85 as a member of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and let me explain why. During that season, he would average 22.5 points, 3 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 1 steal, career low 2 turnovers, and taking 6 charity stripe shots. He would do that on his normal efficiency of 45% from the field, 36% from the 3-point territory, and 74% from the free throw line, giving him a true shooting percentage of 52%. And while he didn't make any All-Star or All-NBA teams, what he did do was lead the Cavaliers to the playoffs for the first time in 7 years. And when he got to the playoffs, he was ready to put on a show, as he would step into the hot tub of youth and throw it back to those San Diego days. Because in round 1 versus the Boston Celtics, who was a top 5 defense at the time, he would walk into their building and put up 26 points, 2.5 rebounds, 8 assists, 1.5 steal, career low 1.5 turnovers, and still getting to the free throw line 6 times a night. And there was nothing Boston could do to stop him, because he put up those numbers on his same 44% field goal efficiency. His free throw percentage even skyrocketed to 92%, giving him a true shooting percentage of 50. However, despite his best efforts, the Cleveland Cavaliers would lose in the first round, but World B. Free refused to get swept, as he would take 1 game off the Celtics in that series. So the next time you hear anyone talk about great scores in NBA history, make sure you mention World B. Free, and if they try to disrespect them, just make sure you say he averaged 30. Alright family, that's all I got for you on this one. If you enjoyed the video, please go down there and press that like button, and if you're not already, make sure you're subscribed as well with those notifications on so you never miss another video. It's been your favorite cousin, Commissioner CJ, and I'll see y'all boys in the next one. Y'all stay safe out there, alright? Peace.